what's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here with another VHS update. These are VHSs that I picked up at thrift stores. For the past couple weeks, I've just been doing some thrift store hunting and picking up some VHSs for cheap, because you can get VHSs from anywhere from 50 cents to $2. I've even found VHSs for 25 cents before at some stores, so it really just depends on where you go, and you can find great movies on VHS. And if you still have a VHS player, definitely worth buying tapes for still, because you know, they're great. I just love them. I almost like collecting them for like nostalgia reasons now. Like, I like to buy a lot of movies that I used to rent, but then I also like to buy a lot of movies that I can't find on DVDs. Like this right here, which is True Stories, which is a movie directed by David Byrne from the Talking Heads. He's the lead singer, the songwriter, and pretty much everything, guitar player for the band. He's pretty much the Talking Heads, even though the rest of the band is really important too. But I'm a huge Talking Heads fan. I have pretty much their whole discography, everything up to True Stories, which I picked up on CD probably a couple months before I found this on VHS. So it was actually cool because I knew some of the music from this. But it's cool because the music on the actual movie is different than the soundtrack recording. The soundtrack is just the band singing and playing the songs like the Talking Heads usually do. But the songs in the movie actually have the characters in the movie singing the songs and everything. Like John Goodman even sings one of the songs in this movie. But it's pretty cool. It's directed by David Byrne, who again is like the leader of the Talking Heads and just one of my favorite musicians in general. And I love this movie. I've only seen it once, and I actually picked this up a little while ago. I was letting someone borrow it, so I never got the chance to actually show it in an update. But I got it back, so I figured I would throw it in this update. And next we have a movie by one of my favorite directors, David Cronenberg, who is awesome. He directed one of my favorite films of all time, Videodrome. And this is one of my favorites from him. I like this more than some of his other films, and it's one of his stronger movies, and I like how it's heavily in the science fiction subject. I like his movies that are sci-fi-ish, and this movie's really good with Jeff Goldblum. He does a really good job in this movie, and he always does a pretty good job in the movies he's in. And Gina Davis is in this too. And it's just a really good sci-fi movie. If you haven't seen this, it's a remake of the one with Vincent Price from back in the day. And I like that one too. I have both of these on a 2-pack on DVD. One of my favorite Cronenberg films. And I really like these CBS Fox VHSs. I like the packaging design. They have the pictures usually laid out kind of similar, with a little description of the movie, and then you get an awesome design, usually a poster, the original movie poster, and they just look nice. I have a couple more of these on VHS, like Alien and Aliens, and Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and they just CBS Fox did a good job on their VHS designs. Whoever designed these VHSs, I'm definitely a fan of their work. Then I picked up Mortal Kombat, which is the 90s Mortal Kombat movie, and I love this movie. I thought it was really good. It's a good 90s, like, cheesy martial arts action movie. I would definitely recommend it. And I think the Johnny Cage character is actually funny, like really funny in this movie. I remember Nostalgia Critic's review kind of makes him seem like every joke he says is completely stupid or retarded, but I actually think that he's pretty funny, and this movie I just thought in general was cool. They did a decent job, in my opinion, of turning the video games into a movie, better than a lot of other video game movies get, so I don't think this movie should get really any rep for being a bad video game movie, because in my opinion did a pretty decent job turning the stories of the original games into a movie, even though it could have been better, could have been more epic and you know, better in all different ways. But for being a cheesy 90s martial arts film based on a bloody as hell video game from the 90s, it's just, you know, they did a decent job on this. And then here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Now kind of subtitled Turtles in Time based on the game that came out. And the game is actually really good. Probably almost better than this movie. But this movie is not actually that bad. It's my least favorite in the series, but I think that the movies get a little worse as they go on. A little more kid-friendly and a little less, just a little not as good as they go on, you know what I'm saying? The first one I think is the best, the second is still really good, and then by the time they got to the third one, it's just, it's still an awesome movie, and I love watching it, but it's just not as good as the first one, I guess is what I'm trying to get across. But this VHS alone, in my opinion, is iconic because the angry video game nerd chops it in half with a samurai sword. And his review on it, which is awesome. I love his videos, the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've seen pretty much all his movie and video game reviews. And this is just, you know, a decent movie. And if you haven't seen the original Turtles movies, definitely check out all three, because they're all fun to watch. And then here's another little bit of nostalgia for me that I picked up. For $1, I picked up this SpongeBob VHS tape that has five episodes. Not like full episodes, because I think each episode, if I remember right, has like 2 things, and this is just 5 skits, like 5 skits in general. Most episodes have like 2 or even 3 skits. I can't remember now. I haven't really watched SpongeBob in a while. That's why I picked up this VHS tape, because I'm a huge fan of the show. I've liked it ever since I was a kid. The first couple seasons are really what I'm a fan of. The later seasons aren't as good in my opinion, especially the newest ones aren't as good. But the first 2 are really solid, and you know, after that it's, you know, pretty decent for a while, and then it started to get bad, you know, more recently. But SpongeBob is awesome, in my opinion. The jokes are really, really right on in this show, and it always makes me laugh. It's a really colorful and fun show too, and I always thought it was fun. The animation is really well done on this, and I know some of the creators of Rocko's Modern Life worked on this show. I'm not sure, you know, who from Rocko's Modern Life came from this show, but you can hear it in some of the voice acting. In some of the animation style, you can see the similarities, and Rocko's Modern Life is another show that I'm a fan of. SpongeBob was actually one of the last shows to come out on Nickelodeon in the 90s. The first season came out in 1999, and I was a fan for a while, but then after a while I kind of stopped watching as I got a little bit older and later in high school and everything like that, but I've always been a fan still, checking out episodes every once in a while, so I thought this was kind of cool to pick up actually, and I've actually watched it twice since I picked it up, so there's another one they put out that I'm hoping to pick up soon too. And then just recently I picked this one up, which is a classic, Gremlins, which is directed by Joe Dante, and this is just a classic movie in general, and I'm sure almost everyone's seen this, and I was actually gonna probably get around to watching this copy on VHS today or something like that, because it's actually been a while since I've seen this movie. I actually don't own it on DVD or VHS, well I do now, so that's why I picked it up, because I didn't own this movie yet, so I was like, fuck, why not pick it up, you know, it's great, always fun to watch that. And then here I actually picked up a couple things of Power Rangers that I'd actually never seen when I was younger. Around the time that Dino Thunder and Wild Force came out, which was the early 2000s, I wasn't watching the show anymore. I probably stopped watching the show in around like probably 99 or 2000. So when these seasons came out, I wasn't watching anymore, or I don't remember watching. I might have secretly still watched it for a little bit. Like, I don't remember. I can't remember back then too good anymore. But this is Wild Force, and this has a couple episodes on it, and I thought it was pretty decent. I think it has like 3 episodes on this, and it was pretty fun. I've been really liking Power Rangers lately, especially Mighty Morphin, but I've been picking up kind of any Power Rangers tapes I see, just because, you know, every season of the show follows the same formula, so it's just any Power Rangers you pick up is kind of fun to watch. So these are actually not half bad for me, not really knowing what they're about going into them. I actually had a pretty good time watching these, and because of watching Linkara's history of Power Rangers, it's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to check these out, because he kind of made all the seasons of Power Rangers seem pretty decent. Like, he made me want to watch them, you know. Before that, I kind of only wanted to see the Mighty Morphin and the stuff that came out right after that, but after watching all his history of Power Rangers he made so far, made me just have like a, you know, kind of new appreciation on the whole series in general. So yeah, these were actually pretty cool. The Dino Thunder one I really liked because Tommy, the Green Ranger, and the White Ranger from the Mighty Morphin series returns as their mentor in this, and he's also the Black Ranger. But this is just a really cool season, and there's a part in this where Tommy does a roundhouse kick into T-Rex in the face. It's actually a giant robotic T-Rex, but it's still badass. Just shows why Tommy's one of the coolest Rangers, you know. And just was actually pretty cool. It made me want to pick up some more Dino Thunder to watch, because this was really fun to watch for me to see Tommy back again. And then the last thing I have here, I actually picked up this Beetleborgs collection on VHS, Curse of the Shadow Borg. And I hadn't seen this show since I was a little kid. This came out in '96, and that was probably maybe one of the last times I'd seen it. I probably was watching it into '97 and '82 if it still went on. But I haven't seen this show since I was really young, like 8, 9 years old. So I actually watched this last night, and it was a huge nostalgia trip back into my childhood. And it was really fun to watch. I used to have action figures, toys of all these characters. The Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the ghost guy, and there's also the Mummy and everyone else. I used to have all those, and this show is just fun. These little kids are actually the people who turn into the Beetleborgs, which is you know, makes it cheesier than Power Rangers. So if Power Rangers is already too cheesy for you, then Beetleborgs will definitely not be up your alley. But if Power Rangers works for you, then Beetleborgs will, you'll probably enjoy Beetleborgs too. Even though it is a little bit cheesier than Power Rangers, but the monsters, I'm a huge monsters fan. I just love anything to do with the classic style monsters like Frankenstein and the Mummy. I've liked those guys since I was little kids. The Universal monsters, and now with I love the Hammer monsters and everything. I've just always liked these iconic monster guys, and that's why I was into this show when I was a little kid too, because anything that had monsters in it I was a fan of, and I'm still that way to this day. So it just shows some things just never change. But yeah, Beetleborgs, definitely a pretty fun show to watch if you like that type of stuff. But yeah, that was the update for this week or so.